Welcome back, Grovers. Today we're going to be shifting gears from tossing, catching, and juggling into more balance in different body shapes and some yoga poses. So you do not need any equipment. You just need a clean space on the floor. If you need to do that, pause the video as you clean up. Otherwise, let it roll on right into our warm-up. For our warm-up today, we're going to mix some of the old with some new. So we're going to start with big arm circles forward, making those big O's with both hands, as high up and as high as you can backwards. Today we're going to be doing some body shapes. So make sure we're nice and loose as we go. Backwards here. Breathing in and out now. Arm scissors. Switching which hand is on top each time. Now with our arm scissors, we're going to add skier squats. So behind and cross. Step to the side, behind, and then cross your arms. Back and forth in a crossed position. Just have those two toes are your 2 points of contact or bases of support. Great job. Now we're going to go into just some regular lunges. So I step out, knee over toe, and then come back. I breathe in, breathe out. In, out, lunge out. Make sure you're standing nice and tall. Good posture as you go out and back. Step out and back. Nice and tight core. Good. Now we're going to move into some back lunges. So same thing. I'm going to step back, knee over toe and down. My body is nice and straight as I go. I don't want to be leaned over here. I want to have a big body shape, up nice and tall. Switch to my other foot. Back lunges, working on our balance. Now we're going to move into some Frankenstein. So hands up in front, bringing your toes up. Remember, I want to bring my toes to my hands, not my hands down to my toes. Stand nice and tall, working on that balance as we go. Now our next one is going to be our plank. So I'm on my hands and on my toes here, just like that, holding that plank position for about 10 seconds here. Body nice and straight and strong, breathing in and out. From here, our next one's going to be Spidey's, another new one. On Spidey's, it's like mountain climbers, but instead of bringing our knee forward, we bring our knee out and then up to our elbow. Other knee out and up to our elbow. So I bring my knee out and up to my elbow. Knee out and up to my elbow. Those Spideys. Breathing throughout. Excellent. Now, the last one today is going to be just a tree position. So I'm standing on one foot. This will be our beginning into our next activity. Put my foot on my knee and put my arm out like a tree. That can be a big tree, a tall tree, could be a tree swaying in the wind. Nice job. Switch to your other foot. So foot is planted, foot comes to my knee, and I decide what kind of tree I'd like to be. It can be a tall one, wide one. Challenge would be to sway gently. Excellent job. That completes our warm-up. Our first activity today is called bases of support. In the video, I'll go over the different options that you have for your bases of support. But no, I'd like you to try to get at least 10 different bases of support. So you'll start with 1 and you'll go all the way up to 10. I'll give more directions in the video to follow. The different bases of support you could have your right foot, right knee, left knee, your anchor or belly, right elbow, right hand, left hand, or safely your head. So 2 feet, 2 knees, your anchor, your belly, your elbows, your hands, and safely your head. On these different bases of support, I want to see what different creative ones you can come up with. So, for example, for one base of support, I could be just standing on one foot. That tree position we did earlier in the warm-up, that would also quantify, because a base of support is how many body parts do we have touching the ground. So I would have one base of support here. When we're standing regularly, we have two bases of support. I would ask that you get some bonus points and you try to push yourself outside your comfort zone and think of different creative ways, especially in the low numbers. Don't have the same two body parts. So for two, another one you might do, it would be a foot and a hand. That would be a little bit silly. If you're looking for a real challenge, you might try to do an elbow and a foot, or an elbow and a knee. One for, you could just do your anchor. All these different combinations, I want to see as many as you can do, up to 10. So you'll try to get as many as you can. Some of you may only get to 9 or 10, which would be great. Some of you may only get to 8, and that's still okay. I want you to use your noggin, come up with some creative different ways that you have those different bases of support. So for 4, just to continue with our example, we could do a foot, a knee, an elbow, and a hand would be our 4 bases of support. 5, you could add your head, an elbow, a hand, a foot, a knee, and my head for 5. So I hope you get the idea, and I want you to take a picture or draw or tell me about which one you created that is your favorite, or if you'd like, you can send me a picture of a few. For our next activity, I want you to try to get your body into 5 different shapes. So those shapes being wide, narrow, curved, symmetrical, and asymmetrical. More directions in the video to follow. Now we're going to talk about the different types of shapes our body can get into. So we could do a wide body shape where our body is nice and big. Wide side to side. You could be doing this laying on the ground. Different bases of support. I'm going to be doing it with a lot of feet as my bases of support. I hope you can get a little more creative than I. So you can do wide for a body shape, and then we're going to do narrow as a body shape. And once again, you cannot use these. I'm using the simplest ones. I know you have way more creativity. So I do wide, narrow, symmetrical. Symmetrical means 2 sides doing the same thing. So symmetrical would be like this. The 2 sides of my body are doing the same thing, making up to the X. My right hand and my left hand are doing the same thing in the same shape, and same with my feet. Think of it like a mirror for symmetrical. The same sides are doing the same things. Or excuse me, the opposite sides are doing the same thing. And then finally, asymmetrical, meaning your 2 sides are doing 2 different things. I could be asymmetrical this way. I'm crossing one foot. I have one arm in front and one arm behind. It would be asymmetrical. My sides are not doing the same. So once again, those 4 different ways I want you to move your body would be wide, narrow, symmetrical, and then asymmetrical, meaning your sides are doing the last thing. I cannot wait to see your responses. If you need more time for body shapes, pause the video now. Your final activity today is to pick 6 of the different poses from this screen. For your response today, I need to see your favorite position you came up with in the bases of support activity. For example, you may send me a video or a picture or a drawing of you with 2 knees in your head for your 3 bases of support. I cannot wait to see your responses. I hope you had fun today, and we'll see you next week.